Hey guys, and welcome to episode 2 of my F1 2017 career mode. So today guys is the Chinese Grand Prix. It is going to be, well, we hope it's going to be an exciting race. As you can see guys, we bumped up the difficulty to 87 just because I'll probably do this every race, increase the difficulty because I want a challenge and I want the difficulty to increase every time. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe for more F1 content in the future. And yeah, let's go to the first race of the season. As you guys know, last episode we made the Australian Grand Prix. The upgrades are not gonna come this race. They're gonna come in Bahrain, which is going to come next race, unfortunately. And yeah, as we know, we'll go now to our next race. I was thinking about upgrading the car, as you can see right there guys. Maybe upgrading some of the components, but then I decided not to because I didn't have enough resource points and I wanted to get some more before.
Good morning, and I hope you're as excited as we are for today's practice session here at the Shanghai International Circuit. This 5.45 kilometre track provides both low-speed cornering and a long high-speed straight, a combination that will challenge even the most experienced driver. A lot of focus is naturally on the drivers, but it's really important for the mechanics to get everything right as well, as one little mistake could cost the team and one of their drivers the race result.
These guys are so meticulous and they train and perfect everything that they do. Without question, they feel the pressure in the same way as the drivers, and they share the responsibility to ensure that the car makes it to the end of the race.
So guys, here we are in the first practice session. As usual, we did the track acclimatization first. We went pretty well, as you can see guys. Got most of the purple. Yeah, that was an easy challenge for us on the medium tires. And we got 500 points and optimal test. So then we have tire wear test, which went pretty well as well. Got purple as well, more resource points for us, which is even better as we are one of the poor teams. But now we are going to the fuel test. As you can see, as we were making our first run, there was Daniel Ricciardo who was actually blocking us almost, and we got in the green zone, which is good, but it was still then I tried again and I couldn't make better, so green was the best I could try. Then it was the strategy test. No, sorry, this is the qualifying test actually, which we got purple in our first one, and a pretty decent target, 13th, which really I thought it was not possible because our car was so slow. But as we end the practice one there, P12 on the super soft tire, the softest tire of all. We got 12th in practice session, and I didn't know how the hell we were going to get 13th in the qualifying session. So let's go to the next practice session now, but I think we're going to upgrade as we go into the R&D tree. I was thinking to upgrade, and I think I upgraded now. So as you guys saw there, I was actually thinking about it, but then I decided to gather, a few more points before actually doing it. But now as you can see, this is the strategy test. Our first run was green, as always, and this is my second run, which was pretty good as well. 30 points now, which is good. Now in our last lap, I think right now, we crossed the line and managed to get the 50 points. Then I decided to end it there just to save the engine. It was pretty warm, I have to say, full yellow engine, which was not good. Yeah, so then I decided to skip the session, but first, for you guys, this is the roundup for my tests. Anyone wants to see these, you can pause the video. But yeah, I didn't get full, unfortunately, probably because of the team objectives and the fuel test. So we decided to skip the qualifying then. Lewis Hamilton is on first position in practice 2. We are on the bottom on the harder tire though. Pascal Wehrlein beats us by just 0.2 on the softer tire. So things are looking pretty good now, and we got some more resource points to work with, and this is our voicemail.
Hi, it's Emma. Your qualifying goals came up in the board meeting this morning. Here's what to expect.
So as always, 18th place and beating our teammate Pascal Wehrlein, which seems pretty easy, I should say, because we're doing pretty well in the other sessions. And now let's go to qualifying.
We'd like to welcome you from wherever in the world you join us today for this F1 qualifying session here in Shanghai, China. I want to talk briefly about the strategy in these qualifying sessions. Anthony Davidson, how can a driver adjust their approach to gain those critical extra tenths of a second?
Well, qualifying isn't about adjusting your approach necessarily. It's more about trying to repeat a low fuel run that you've practiced prior to this session. You're looking for perfection on the lap, and that's hard to achieve if you're trying something new. There are some variables that can stand in your way, however. Track position or unexpected yellow flags, for example. Coupled with ever-changing track conditions, it's important to be out there at the right moment. But as a driver, you have to try and ignore these distractions and just keep your mind focused on that one perfect lap.
So that was the introduction. For this session, I actually went with a straight line setup, which seemed to work pretty well. Our cars are not the best at cornering, but straight line speed is pretty important here. But then I decided to put some more weight in the back of the car, and as we're going to see our first qualifying lap, which puts us P5 in front of Kevin Magnussen. Then I decided to put another set of soft tires. Decided to go with the lowest amount of fuel. That seemed to work pretty well for me. Yeah, and the car seemed to handle pretty well here. It was a pretty good track for Sauber, I can say. As you can see, that the engine is not doing. It's doing pretty well, but still turning out pretty a lot, really. And now qualifying is complete. This is our last chance to qualify in a high position. We're currently P14, but as you guys know, at the end of the session everyone makes their laps for some reason and we get jumped by everyone. But so let's hope we have a good lap here, and final corner seems pretty clean. As we cross the line now, I think we got P13, but let's see, we're finished P17. Not bad. We, I think, finished in front of our teammate, and I think in front of the both McLarens. So that's a pretty good session for us. We are the best of the rest, best of the worst teams. Oh no, actually Carlos Sainz had a pretty bad session, and Stoffel Van Dorn finishes in front of us by just under 2 tenths. So I'm still happy with that session. It seemed that Sauber would probably finish bottom of the sessions every time, but we're doing pretty well. Don't think we're gonna get points in the start of the season. Maybe at the end of the season I'll probably get some points as we improve the car. But yeah, we got some more resource points. 707 now we're on. We are winning the rivalry with our teammate. Some teams are impressed as well. Haas are pretty impressed. Now we have a message.
I just wanted to pass on the team's expectations for this race. Good luck.
So yeah, the usual as always, finishing P18, beating our teammate, and finishing the championship in 19th. So we are going to... I was thinking about changing my engine parts, but I thought, let's wear them out all. Let's make them in the yellow, all of them, and then we'll see. We'll maybe use them as practice session parts. And now let's go to the race.
Hard work, ingenuity and ambition. Epin at turn 14. Joining me once again to take you through this race is the effervescent Anthony Davidson, and I'm very much looking forward to it getting underway. You raced here, of course, didn't you, back in your Super Aguri days in that infamous Chinese Grand Prix of 2007?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't last that long though, unfortunately. Qualifying had gone pretty well, but my brakes failed quite early in the race, around lap 10 or 11, something like that. And of course, back in 2004, I was the very first Formula 1 driver to complete a lap of this circuit. Just thought I'd mention that for you, Crofty. You like a good stat. It's a fairly tough circuit on the brakes here, though. You know, there's that long back straight down into turn 14, and then you got turns 6 and 11. They're quite heavy as well. On top of that, managing your front tyre wear is always a challenge around here, so there's a lot to keep in mind during the Grand Prix.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Vettel, Lance Stroll and Verstappen, Massa, Ricciardo, Perez and Roman Grosjean, Magnussen, Kvyat, Jolyon Palmer and Hulkenberg, Ocon, Van Dorn, Sauber and Fernando Alonso. Sainz and Pascal Wehrlein completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So guys, as you saw there from the qualifying laps, actually there was a huge difference from the Mercedes to the Ferraris. Something like 8 tenths, which is mad. So as you can see guys, I'm tweaking the strategy here. I decided to start with the soft tires, and I thought because of the strategy test we did, we gained a lot of data, which meant we were going to get a tenth faster than the other guys. Then I decided to go with a pretty, normal fuel mileage, something like a lap over. Then I decided, just gonna see, I get half a lap. Anyway guys, this is the formation lap. I usually just skip it just to show you guys, and I'm going to do so right now. We can see Stoffel Van Dorn is in front of us. Esteban Ocon did have a good session as well. We are sandwiched behind the McLarens. You can see Alonso behind us, and yeah, we hope we can have a good session, maybe even getting some points, which would be incredible for our race. But now, as you can see, getting in the final turn, in the straight, as we are going to slot in our grid position. waiting for all the guys behind us to go into position, and I think they did so. And now it's 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and it's 5 lights. We rev out, and it's lights out, and away we go. It's a pretty average start. Sainz, as you can see behind us, gets a worldly start, almost passes us, and Van Dorn also gets a pretty decent start, trying to go around the outside of some people. We actually do. Around the outside of Hulkenberg, we are side by side with him now. Will we get the move done? Almost banging tire. But as we now go into the next corner, we are side by side with Hulkenberg. He's bumping us everywhere. He makes a dive down the inside. Incredible move from him. He getting like 3 positions there. He's side by side with the Haas, as we are. But look at the exit that the Haas get. Romain Grosjean in front of us, and you can see how much we lose in this very fast left-hander as we go down to right-hander. Pretty a lot has happened in the first lap, but now as you can see, guys, we're losing to Romain Grosjean. You can see the engine there, pretty much yellow as we dive down, see it in the down the inside in the last few corners. Lewis Hamilton gets first lap of the race in lap 1, obviously, because he was leading, and we are P14. Incredible start from us, and it seems to be we're going to stay here. But now we're trying to hold it with Grosjean, who almost dived down the inside. Yellow flags are out. I wonder who retired now. Fernando Alonso is out, and you can see it's an engine failure. Poor guy. He wasn't doing any well, and that just tops it off for his race. Pretty normal to see McLaren Honda getting an engine failure. DRS is enabled. I think he's using it on us. No, he's not. He doesn't have a DRS because it's just been enabled. He's going down the inside of us now. I think he has the move done, but no. We're trying to hold it off. We give him a bit of a nudge as we go to the next corner, but I think he's got us now. I think we have Ocon now for company, as I think that's our teammate behind us. I'm not sure, but Ocon gets us very easily. But no, it's Sainz behind us. We try and hold it with Ocon. I think we do though. Leave him enough room. He gets an incredible exit. Yellow flags once again, and Lance Stroll is out of this race. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, I think he's got a mechanical failure because there's no smoke, and he was actually doing pretty well. I think there's like P4, so very unlucky from him, as we are now side by side with Sainz. We get a bit deep there, touching it. We raise our hand with anger. He's now in front of us. We try to keep in front of him. We cut a bit the corner there, but I think it's okay. We have the DRS now, and I think we made the move. But no, at the end of the 4th lap, he absolutely destroys us in the straight. As we can see the onboard there, he actually locks up, and we get the move pretty easily. I don't think he's gonna get us here. We have the move done, and he's lost time on us. But no, beginning of lap 5, he's absolutely got us again. Our engine is really, really poor. Not the McLaren poor, but it's pretty poor. As we now hold it down the inside, we raise our hand once again. Incredible action here, but I think he has got us once again. Skipping all the way to lap 7 now, everyone's making their pit stops. We're in P3, but now, look, that's Sebastian Vettel, who, well, we are fighting for position here, but I don't think we're gonna do that for too long. We're trying to hold our position here, maybe even so that he can block the other guys behind us, but look at that speed. Not even the chance. Not even a chance, but we dive it down the inside. We try to do so, we leave him into the room, but look at the acceleration he's got. Our engine is a Ferrari as well, but it's not as new as their engine. Look at that. The understeer is unreal in this car. Now skipping all the way to lap 9, we have Lewis Hamilton behind us for company. We're currently in P4, which, well, we haven't made our stop yet, but we wish we were here by the end of the race. But anyway, I think we're gonna come in for our stop in this lap. Yes, we just stalled our engine, we were doing so, but look at how much Hamilton is gaining. He was like 2 seconds behind us at the start, but now he's right up us. Look at that. He's going to try around the outside. Actually, look at that, Verstappen has actually got him now, side by side. Look at that action, and who is going to win? That's the real question. I think Verstappen has won, and he's probably going to think to pass us in this corner now. Look at the speed he's got with the DRS. Trying to slipstream, he's not gonna let us. But now look at Hamilton. Hamilton's gonna try now to get at the action, but no, we dive it down the side of both of them. We leave him the room, but I don't think that's going to end very well, because we're going to go into the pit stop now. Pretty good entry there. 80 miles per hour is the speed limit. We brake, turning on our speed limiter. Let's hope we can have a good pit stop here. We don't have any damage to our front wing, so it should be a pretty good one. We're losing positions everywhere.
Exit now.
And I think that was a pretty good stop. 2.6, I think that is. But no, as you can see in the exit, we actually forgot to turn off the pit limiter, and our team has passed it. But no, look at this, at the end of lap 10 we have dived it down the side of our teammate and we have got the position once again. Awesome to see the fight keep going, and the race is won by Kimi Raikkonen as we skip all the way to lap 14. Really guys, nothing happened, so he didn't lose anything at all. So yeah, this was a pretty boring race. Oh, and Lewis Hamilton's out of the race. Oh my goodness me, 2 races in a row. Does that mean he's not gonna get points? Goodness me, I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going to happen. But Maurizio Arrivabene is pretty happy. Let's see the results.
And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. And now let's take
So
a look
guys,
at the
as you saw
driver's
right there,
standings.
it was
Wasn't the
Hamilton.
best
Even though
weekend
he
for our
retired,
championship leader,
he
and
still
their
came
advantage at the
second.
top has been
I think he was
reduced.
first,
Moving
and
on
then
to
he
the
retired.
driver
I'm
of
not
the day then. Anthony
quite
Davidson,
sure.
who would you go for?
But yeah, I think he
say
retired in
Carlos
the new
Sainz.
lap,
It was
which
probably
is
one of his
pretty
best drives
funny.
this season, and I was thoroughly impressed.
But yeah,
And
Max
here's how
Verstappen
things
gets
are
3rd
shaping
place.
up in the Constructors' Championship.
We get a
Red
pretty
Bull moves to the
decent
top of the table.
16th,
Meanwhile,
which
Renault move up the
I'm
table
happy with
another
that.
strong performance
Valtteri
this
Bottas,
weekend. There'll
as
be
you can see,
plenty
finished
more twists
13th, which is pretty poor. But yeah, the best is that we finished in front of our target, which is going to make the team very happy. Yeah, I think that was a pretty exciting race. Well, for us, definitely it was. I don't know why I said it was boring at the before there. But yeah, that was a pretty interesting race. We get some more resource points. We are winning the rivalry by a mile. McLaren are pretty impressed there. A huge difference from the last race. But yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the episode. But before we end, I think we're going to upgrade something. Yes, it's going to be the durability. I was thinking about it. 500 points. We have a pretty unreliable car, to be honest, and the engine is not durable. So yeah, as you can see, we did purchase, and we are going to have 3 upgrades for the next race, which is going to be pretty interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did. And yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the episode. We're probably going to change the engine for the next race, and yeah, we're going to leave those for practice and then change them back for the race. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next race, which is going to be Bahrain. Bye guys.